An Android tablet for under 70 bucks? Let's open it up and see what's inside. Dave Taylor here, and you know, I spend a lot of time looking at high-end electronics and really fancy, expensive gear, but I always want to keep in mind that not everyone has a huge budget, and sometimes having something that's inexpensive or entry-level or budget, whatever word you want to use, is actually a really great thing. So, enter this. This is the NUU Mobile T2 Android tablet, and we're going to unbox it. You can see it still has that shrink wrap on it. Now, as I unbox it, and of course for unboxing you always need your tool, so here is my unboxing tool. As I unbox it, let me tell you just a little bit about this product too, because it is a very humble device. It is, like I said, an Android tablet with a 7-inch touchscreen. The touchscreen resolution is 1024 by 600, so it's not even 720p HD. But honestly, we're going to come back to that. I don't think that's that much of a big deal. Now, the rear-facing camera is 5 megapixels. The front-facing camera is 2 megapixels. It's kind of like just like, I don't know, an overweight cell phone. Is that politically correct to even say that? Anyway, it's like a big cell phone with a 7-inch screen, right? In fact, it supports dual SIMs. It has 3G capabilities. Obviously, it works on Wi-Fi too. The unit is powered by a MediaTek 1.3 gigahertz quad-core CPU. So this is, I know that noise was super annoying, wasn't it? Let's get rid of the plastic. So this is not the latest and greatest Qualcomm, Snapdragon or anything like that. But again, for so much of what we use tablets for, we're just consuming information, whether you're reading in the Kindle app or watching a TV show on the Netflix app, or you're just poking around playing a game. Most people don't need huge amounts of horsepower. This is like one of these secrets that the industry doesn't want you to think about. When you're poised and ready to buy the latest and greatest expensive, super fancy device with octa-core and all these sort of features, and zillion gigahertz and tons of memory, it turns out you don't use the vast majority of it. In fact, I know that on my tablet, the vast majority of the time it's doing literally nothing because I'm sitting and reading a page, and then I go to the next page. That does not take much processing power, right? So before you immediately say, dude, seriously, the MediaTek, with, 1 gigabyte of RAM and 8 gigabyte of storage, this is like a really small entry-level device, and that's exactly what it is. But that's a really good thing sometimes. So, speaking of which, Bluetooth 4.0, 1 gigabyte of RAM, already said that, 8 gigabyte of storage, but it supports micro SD, so you can add an additional 32 gig. 32 gigs is a lot of space, right? It runs, this is pretty old, Android 6.0 Marshmallow. That is a couple of generations back, so that's probably the biggest thing I don't like about this, or I think I don't like, I don't know, haven't taken it out of the box yet, right? So let's actually take it out of the box while I'm talking. So here's the thing though, is since it runs Android 6.0 Marshmallow, that means, here's our device, that it gives you access to Google Family Link, and Google Family Link is pretty cool. It gives you a ton of controls. If you want to give this to one of your minions, which is probably not a bad idea, let's see if we can get this thing to power on, then that gives you access to things like usage timers and app usage controls, and even things like geo-tracking and bedtime, device bedtime. Let's see, this might have been shipped with a dead battery, which is a little disappointing. But let's see, I don't see that it's turning on. So that might be something we do in our next exciting video installment. That's kind of too bad. Let's see. But we can still look at the device, right? So this, is the NUU Mobile T2 Android tablet, and I keep going down this list of features. So it also has a 2500 milliamp hour battery, which gives you somewhere between 8 and 10 hours of usage. Obviously, I'm unboxing, I haven't tested any of that, so we'll just have to go with the vendor and what they say. Now, also in the box, there's not much of interest in the box. There are getting started with your T2. There is, oh that's nice, there is a screen protector, which is not a bad thing, especially if you're going to give this to someone that's going to be rather difficult with it, like a child. It has a charging cable, which is micro USB. You probably already have a micro USB cable. and then it actually has a wall charger too. So let's actually look at the ports on here. So on the top you have the micro USB, and you have an audio 3.5 millimeters, that's for headphones. And then on the right hand side you have volume up, down, and power, and you have a little pinhole which I assume is some sort of a reset. And then on the other two sides I don't see much of anything, which makes me think that maybe the entire unit pops apart somehow. I'm not going to just do this and break it, but there's some way that you access the micro SD and you access the SIM slot or tray. So the nice thing is it has a nice feel to it. The back is more like a sort of roughened plastic, so it makes it really easy for you to hold it and a little harder for it to slip out of your hands. That's good, because a lot of devices have very smooth plastics or glass, and that's all well and good, but if you don't have it in a case, then you're likely to drop it. So this is the gold color. It actually comes in 3 different colors. It's gold, rose gold, or a very nice blue. So those are your 3 options. And like I said, from the unboxing perspective, we have the screen protector, we have the wall charger, and we have the micro USB cable, and we have a box. I'm pretty sure the box is not something you're supposed to be excited about, and the device itself. And I will have to charge it. I am a little disappointed it doesn't come with some charge, but que sera sera. And of course it also comes with the instructions, which would let me do things that maybe I can just see super quickly. How do you open this up? Let's see. Okay, setting up your tablet. Remove back cover. Remove back cover by prying the upper right corner of your device with your fingertips. Okay, I will give that a whirl. Upper right corner, fingertips. Well, it fell on the floor, which is a bit of a drag, but now you can see here are all the things you can control here. So you have the micro SD slot, you have the 2 SIM cards you can put in there, so that's all well and good. And hopefully the cover will still be intact, because I can hear my cat under the table right now playing with it. This is life with cats. Those of you that have cats know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm going to need to wrap this up because I need to rescue it, right? So this NUU Mobile T2 Android tablet. Before I tell you the price and talk about that just a tiny bit, let me ask, can you go ahead and click subscribe and subscribe to my channel? Really appreciate when you do that. And I will give this a more formal review somewhere down the road. So please, that's another reason to subscribe, is to find out what are my impressions once it's charged and once I've used it for a while. My guess is that for a young child or for a senior or for someone who's likely to break things or forget things, this is a terrific option. This is really like the price of 3 hardback books nowadays. And with this you could be running, the Kindle app, you can be running the Google Reader. There's so many different ways you can have an almost infinite amount of information, or TV shows, or movies, or Hulu, or Netflix, or whatever you want, YouTube Live. All of this would work with this. And yes, it's not super HD resolution. It's not some, million pixels per square inch or anything, but honestly, most people don't care. Most people don't actually see the difference. So, okay, with that, NUU Mobile T2 Android tablet, blue or gold or rose gold, $69.99 at Amazon.com. $69 for a 7-inch tablet. That is a no-brainer. If you lose this, it is not that big a deal because it wasn't that expensive. So I say you can check out more at NUUmobile.com, or you can check me out and see what else I have reviewed, and I will look at this again once I can power it up, which means I have run out of time, and I will catch you in my next video.